Hello, everyone. My name is Albernette, and this is my path to purchase assignment. For this particular assignment, I chose Target men's casual pants. So, for my in store Target experience, my occasion was I have been invited to a neighborhood block party and need a new pair of casual pants. My criteria were size large, tan or beige in color, looser fitting, staying under $60 as a budget, and I had a willingness to explore different brands, so I wasn't really tied down to any one particular name. My three options were a vintage denim, a chino pant, and a straight trouser. I stuck in the Goodfellow category because I really liked kind of what I saw. I browsed a lot of the men's section to start with and just found that Goodfellow had kind of more of the options I was looking for, so I stuck in that category. So option one was the vintage denim. It was at a great price point, $45, total flex. It had a really cool elastic waistband that allowed for like total comfort. And it was a straight leg style and it was a size 34 by 34. The second one was the chino pant. It was a little more business, but the style was still really cool and it was very functional. This one was one of the softer hands, so this is why I kind of picked it up and looked at it. Better price point, $40. It was relaxed through the hip and thigh. It had a slightly taper leg, which was I was cautious about because I wanted more of a straight leg style. But the size was perfect, 34 by 32. And finally, the third option that I found was a Goodfellow straight trouser. This one was pretty much perfect. It was $40, straight leg style, super soft, and it was large and it was also very relaxed through the hip and thigh. So comfortable to sit in, move in. And it also, like, as you can see kind of in the bottom right of the photo, it would had the potential for like a really cool cuff. And that was, to me, was kind of a cool aesthetic feature. So the one I ended up choosing was the Goodfellow straight trouser. It fit all my criteria, great price point. I loved the color. It was casual enough for my neighborhood block party, and but not too casual that I would be underdressed at the event. So I chose to do shop in store first because I particularly really like that experience because I can touch and feel. After going online, I found some really good options. So, step one was filtering my search. So, I went through and I picked Goodfellow Company because I just found that I had a lot of success with that in the store. So, I just decided to throw that in my filter. I chose off-white, beige, and brown as my colors. I chose all my sizes, and then let the filters do the work. So, step one was filters and kind of narrowing down my search. My options ended up being a straight cargo pant. So this one, it had all my sizes in stock. It had multiple colors. It was even a better price point. It was $30. And I could pick up, buy it in store, or have it shipped to me, which was really great. Actually, that was true for most of these options, except the one on the bottom, which was just shipping. But I found that most of the options had all three available to me. The second one was a slim fit chino pant. This one, again, I was cautious of like the other one because it wasn't that like straight leg style that I was looking for. But it was a kind of a straighter leg. It had the sizes I need. And it was stretch, it was machine washable, and it had multiple different color options plus the one that I was looking for. So that was really great. And then the last one that I kind of tried to stay away from, but they had some really cool options, was this relaxed fit jean. And it also had my size. It was stretchy. Sometimes denim can be too structured, but I found that the stretch was great, and that they had it. And there were blue options, but they also had this tan option in kind of a really cool light wash that I really enjoyed. This one, the only downside was that I couldn't ship it. And one I ended up choosing was the straight cargo pant. It was again relaxed enough in the cargo style that I felt like it was appropriate for my occasion, but not too casual that I would be underdressed. No rips, holes, not super low waisted, good length, all that kind of stuff. Very clean fit. And they had the size I needed. They had the looser fit. They stayed on budget, even more so than the in-store option. And they had my color, and I was able to find it in this Goodfellow brand. So the big differences between my experiences for in-store and online were the ability to try on, touch them, examine them. I found that In store, I really liked being able to see how soft they were and how stretchy they were. I get cautious buying online because when it says stretch, I never really know what that means. So being able to really feel that was important to me. It was harder to find exactly what I was looking for because obviously you only have the availability of what's actually in the store. So I had to do a little more searching, a little more digging to find, make sure they had the sizes that I needed, all that stuff. But eventually I was able to find it. So I was actually pleased with my experience. They had plenty of color and style options, particularly in that Goodfellow brand. I found that to be really great. They had 4 or 5 different sections just of pants, and then plenty other of tops that could have gone with the pants too. So if this happened to be a full outfit assignment, I could have easily done that. And they had great price ranges. Mine was a little bit larger of a range, so I was able to fit that in pretty easily no matter where I shopped. Online, they had larger product availability, and with the easy filter options, I found it a lot easier to search. In Target specifically, I had to kind of walk around and search, kind of go digging for what I needed, but online, it was really easy to find it. And then they also had more variety in certain styles, like the cargo pant. They had 1 or 2 options in Target that I actually really liked, but then I went online and found even more of them that I was like, oh, that would even fit my occasion even better. Plus, I found something at $10 cheaper, so that was really nice. But anyways, I found the in-store really easy to navigate. That particular store is a store I go to very often, so I found it easy to go get around. The signage is easy, so finding the men's section was not a problem. And then online, it's even easier. You just click your buttons, click your filters, and it gives you exactly what you're looking for. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.